What is going on? I'm zmoT. Drama on the high seas. Drama on the high seas. Anyways, if you know anything about the channel, I have been doing Friday giveaways of amazing Boom Beach prizes, from t-shirts to plushies. Someone saw this winning thing right about here. Come on, right about there, and they thought, hey, zmoT's a noob, I could join his Discord and claim on the behalf of that person and claim to be that person. Well, just be aware that A, the contests are still running, and B, I verify every single person. So, also, I report people who try to claim things to Supercell and to Discord, doing our best to get, oh, look at that, 75% perfect Power Stone chance statue salvaged. By the way, do check the cards up in there. Power Stone chance statues are garbage. You should not use them, but you should have creator code zmoT. 27 minutes left on that boost. You can click to cancel or to change to someone else if you want to change to code zmoT. We're going to jump into Warships, though. I notice that this account is fully disgusting, still floating around in 22. That was an honest mistake, though. Wasn't trying to show that one. This one, the base is spread out. And you might be saying, Zed, people are going to crush you, and that is the case. It just means that I have to crush them first. So I'm going to show you the basics of how I've been attacking. Having a lot of fun on this account. I've done everything from warriors with cryoneers, warriors with heavies, heavies with laser rangers, with rifles, with Zookas. The beauty of having a second account is you can do silly things. And what I've been doing is exactly that. So sending in a boat of rifles first. Come on, rifles, where are you at? This is not going as fast as I'd like. Rifles out front with some heavies, with some cryoneers in behind, and then some laser rangers catching up. And some of you are saying, but Zed, what if they have a sky shield? There's always a weakness. It just makes for a little bit more skillful attack requirements. Let's slow this down a little bit. There we go, down to 1x mode, zooming in, and you can see here, we are crushing everything. Have tried this with Iron Will, have tried this with Cluster Grenade, tried this with Kavan on only briefly, but just know that I have tested this, and these are absolutely insane attacks. You can absolutely crush and destroy those clump bases that have been giving you fits. So I will get into that. I'm going to do some hits live here. I just know that there's been a lot of testing going into this. I wanted to make sure that if I said these are the best hits, that there are not betterest hits. So we'll show you some goodness. Just absolutely crushing bases. When they get to spread out bases, it's less fun. All of you know how to attack spread bases. It's just tanks dropped, letting the tanks go as fast as they can. And against this one, I did have a full-on, what is that called? Compact base. Gotten rid of the compact base, though. You guys can have all the engine rooms you want. I'm just going to have to be faster. This base is not super duper simple, though. My tech tree, I've got the extra cannons, I've gotten the Flotsam up there, got the GBE node, don't have max level rocket launchers. Now I just maxed out the cryoneers. I don't think you should waste tokens on that, but I wanted to prove to myself whether or not they're useful. And now, before we go any further, I wanted to talk a little tiny bit about troop speed. So the fastest troops, as many of you know, of course, are going to be warriors. Now, yes, Rocket Chop is the fastest ground running troops. The exact same speed as warriors is Miss Brick. You know what? Let's just make a little picture, shall we? There we go. So this is important when you're trying to smoke your troops. We're not going to be using warriors. We are going to be using Brick. We want her to stay alive. We also want our laser rangers to stay alive. We want a couple cryoneers to be alive, and then riflemen and heavies. Notice that riflemen are slower than heavies, so if we want them to be out front, we need to drop them first. We also want our heavies to be out front, need to drop them second. Cryoneers hopefully behind the heavies, laser rangers behind the heavies. So there's a bit of knowledge that needs to go into this. And if you're wondering what 300 versus 200 is, don't care. Don't worry about that. All you need to know is that a warrior is faster than a cryoneer and a heavy's slower than a laser ranger. That really, really helps when it comes to smoking troops. So this is my troop loadout. It is what I've had the best results with. That way you end up with, if you hit a shock mine, there's 25 more riflemen in behind, whereas with heavies, there's only a couple in behind. This, by the way, the join at own risk players like Gabriel have shared all sorts of hits, used like 5% of their knowledge and 95% of me failing on bases. So thank you to those of you who shared your hits out. But without further ado, let's just get in, see if we can crush some bases, do it live. Don't care if I fall on a diamond. Oh, of course. And on these ones, I'm literally just dropping tanks, couple boats of those. Brick, we're using her cluster grenade. I find that you get a bit more value out of that. So over here, 1-2 over here, 1-2 over here, and then 1-2 over here. Nothing fancy. Brick doing all sorts of valuable things. We are going to drop some rifles in the middle there, and you can just close your eyes at this point. Like these kind of bases, it's all, I mean, we have GBE, we've got critters, we've got lots and lots and lots of tools at our disposal, so don't really have to worry all that terribly much. Just blasting through these things. Yes, we are getting hit by this cannon over here a little bit more than I would have liked, so we'll shock over here. Like, honestly, these kind of bases don't interest me at all. You know you're going to get all the engine rooms. You know they're probably going to get all the engine rooms. It's just a matter of being faster than them or slower than them. And we're probably going to be slower as... Excuse me, I didn't have time to mute that time. Sorry, folks. I tried to stick it into my elbow. Ugh, hands full, trying to attack, trying to mute. All of the things. Brick's cluster grenade doing some decent things. Brick's gonna get shot in the face probably, clearing some mines. Don't really care about anything at this state in the attack. We're just gonna hope that we've got enough troops towards the end. It's gonna be fairly tight though, as you can see here. We are in danger of losing a couple. I think we have tick 1 artillery, so it's doing basically nothing. Let's flare onto that boom cannon just to make sure that we don't fizzle on this account as we've got more tanks coming in. This is not going to be fast. We're going to be at like the 2-minute mark. Don't care. I mean, I might actually edit this out. You know what? We'll leave one of these in here just so that you guys can see that I don't have any magic sauce for these spread bases. I am just trying to get my troops in as fast as we can, and as long as you're around the 2-minute mark, you might win some, you might lose some. Don't care about spread bases. That is not the point of this video. There's one. We picked up a win. Huzzah! They still fizzled somehow, some way. Let's see what they're trying to do. And spreading your base out like this does great things because people who have rocket choppas or laser rangers or whatever the warriors, you can't just come in, and it slows down those skill attacks. And as you saw by me there, I was super frustrated and I didn't enjoy it. Those clump bases, once you figure them out, just turn into magic. So they fizzled, left 2 engine rooms up. Now we're farther into diamond, but I don't care where this account ends up. It is strictly my experimentation account, which when you're super conservative at sports and poker and Boom Beach like I am, I find this to be super duper relaxing, if that makes any sense. Not having to worry about falling out a diamond is great. This person, by the way, you don't have to have both critters and artillery to make this work. I was doing all of this with only critters. Yes, it is a little bit more GBE intensive, but it can be done. We're gonna drop our riflemen right on top of that boom mine. Then out come the heavies as the riflemen start to get up there. Then out come you guys, gonna get that flare out first, and then all of these ladies can come out, taking careful note of where that rocket launcher starts to fire, because we really, 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 really don't want it to hit any of our laser rangers. Note that our laser rangers, we do not have medkits. We do not have Kavan. So you need to be extra triple careful about making sure they don't get hit by anything. Just those flamethrowers licking at their tails. Let's get that out there. Getting our flare, probably should be getting out here, trying to get our heavies out front, keeping our laser rangers in behind. You can just see those laser rangers numbers going down, down, down. I meant to click a shock, yeah, whatever the heck that thing's called, didn't get it out. So now our heavies are out front finally, and we've got 2, 4, 9 laser rangers left. Not ideal, but still doing fairly well thanks to all of those laser ranger ladies. They are fantastic, but now I'm trying to figure out where their last engine room, there we go, final engine room, right about there, throwing all of our troops, all of our GBE towards it, trying to get it down. Huzzah, we did. Quick note, because of the spread bases, things get a little bit messy at times. I have already screwed up a bunch of times as far as sending out tanks because I'm focused on throwing out artillery. You can see my rank has fallen in the toilet. We're going to ignore that bit. I'm just going to keep showing you these attacks and trying to talk through the things that I've done wrong and the things I've done right. If you want your attacks to go better, get medkits. If you want your attacks to go better, max your flares. If you want your attacks to go better, get your smoke to a higher level. We're doing all of these things without those tools though. I don't want to spend the tokens on things I don't need 100%. One other note is that you want to take very close note of where that first, one other note, take note. Yeah, that's where I'm at in the brain category right now. Where that rocket launcher's range is, because those laser rangers so fragile. Now this person doesn't have nearly the number of shock mines that other people do, so they probably have them better hidden, and I'm gonna find a mistake here, but for right now, don't really stress. Out come the heavies, out come the cryos, out come you and all of the rest of the gang, and again, flaring, smoking late. Don't care about those first couple riflemen. Those first couple riflemen can die. That is their job, fully and completely. That's why they're walking out 26, one at a time. Single file makes for great rifleman locations. And then finally, this is the important bit. Keeping those laser rangers alive as one of them pops out of smoke, because you know they wanted to do that. As soon as they got there, they just want to get firing. Danger, getting out the next shock. We're doing fairly okay. Even though that laser ranger did pop out, our heavies are still out front, getting some great value from our heavies, and now it's just a matter of getting through that rocket launcher, getting through that doom cannon. Lots and lots of dangerous things happening to our troops at the second. Doom cannon down, troops almost expired. Let's get a flare out, let's get our final shock out. Probably not gonna get this final engine room, but my goodness, like, these are the attacks that I love. They're stupid. I misplaced my smokes, but we still managed to win, and we probably would have won even more winning if we had that compact base set up. So I'm not advocating that you move to this base. This base does work okay, but let's be honest, if you had clump base that everyone's fizzling on, all you have to do is get 2 engine rooms and you're gonna win a huge percentage of your battles. But as you see, I don't have max rocket launchers. Everyone else does have max rocket launchers, which puts me at a bit of a disadvantage. So that is why I moved away from the clump. Spending my tokens on all of the offensive things makes for more fun, but it also makes for more mistakes in a big way. Out come the rifles. Waiting a couple seconds, out come the heavies. You guys know this drill by now. Just getting our flare moving, that is the most important part. And then out come all of our laser ranger ladies, trying to keep a couple riflemen moving forwards towards those shock mines. And then as we get there, getting that next flare out, keeping our heavies alive. and then smoke, smoke, smoke. Did not want to use 3 smokes, but as you can see, we've got a lot of health left, a lot of GBE left, or a decent amount anyways. Flaring out to there this time, trying to get that flamethrower shocked. All of our laser rangers hidden at the back. If you've ever run heavy Zuka, you know exactly the advantage to flaring out like that. Notice how far back our laser rangers are until they have to go for that back engine room, which is when trouble starts afresh. Good. This is going fairly well. Again, those mortars and things doing big time damage to all of our troops. Getting that next engine room down. This is going to be tight. We've got a couple heavies out front. That Doom Cannon is about to take them to the cleaners, and now I think we're fairly okay. Just need that next battle orders flaring onto that last engine room. There is a bit of a reprieve when you're standing there watching your troops, but there's not a ton. As you can see here, we have, what, 1 laser ranger left? That Cryoneer is out front. We are going to fizzle yet again. This is not bulletproof. I know that you see a lot of replays where people are absolutely perfect. And with these troops, you really can't be. There are so many variables. You can get them as skilled and as perfect as you want, and then all of a sudden, you find a new mine that you didn't scout, or a shock mine you didn't see, or your troops turn backwards, or you scout one of these stupid spread bases. You get in a roll, and then all of a sudden you run across a different kind of base. And that is my problem in a big way. I just started getting my rank back up, and then we get back into these stupid bases. So we are going to send some troops out every which way, clearing all of the shock mines and things at the corners. Let's get you out there, and you out there, and then Brick over here. Don't really have a bunch of concerns about any of this stuff, but hoping that those critters can distract for a second or two as we get a shock over there. Here is where the shocks need to go. We need to worry about that flamethrower. That is going to allow our riflemen to stay alive. Way too often I see people shocking Doom Cannons when they've got riflemen out front. Don't care about Doom Cannons as we've got riflemen out front, clearing all of the Doom Cannon shots, making it waste its power. But now we're going to throw that shock out because that flamethrower is a bigger concern. Brick somehow still alive. I have no idea how that managed to be a thing, because she got shot squarely in the face very early on. Our riflemen standing at the corners. Doom Cannon, we're very low on our friends, the riflemen, but we've still got a couple of them left, barely, somewhere, a couple on that left-hand side, critters on that right-hand side. It's gonna be another win. Not what I was hoping to show on this video, but at the same time, it is important to know that when you get in the groove, when everything is feeling good and fast and awesome, you're going to run into one of these different bases, and that is part of the reason why I switched off the clump, because it just hits me square in the gut whenever I get one of these bases, and I hate it. 4 times win streak. Before we get our opponent, I'm going to carefully and slowly switch our troops back. By the way, I did try with Zukas. I found that to be a little bit easier as far as getting our Zukas, because they're closer to the speed and you can easily get them safely, but Laser Rangers just more fun, more excitement, more goodness. And once their beams get to full length, just the sheer destruction is great fun. I do know, important detail as I switch back to boring tanks, that people are going 6 engine rooms. So I know I did say, hey, this is super fun, this is amazing, get med kits and flares and smoke maxed and all the rest of it. Do know that I'm saying if you really want to do this attack strategy, it is fun, it is a lot of fun. I really do enjoy it, but at the same time, I know that I'm gonna get crushed for making these mistakes. Like, these are tech choices that I don't recommend people make, because you're gonna end up losing troops over the long haul. There's going to be big, huge ebbs and flows. As 6 engine rooms spread out, these attack strategies aren't going to work. But my goodness, are they going to be fun when they do work. Like, this strategy is a lot of fun, and I've kind of put fun first on this account, which is partially silly because ranking up is important in this game, but at the same time, fun is also important. So just know that this is not a perfect attack strategy. Laser Rangers without Kavan longer term, not ideal. Yes, with heavy choppas, they will be back to fun again, but there's gonna be a giant lull in there where I don't have heavy choppas, and we're gonna get absolutely crushed by people who are probably just gonna heavy choppa rush us. Like, those buses are coming with no skill requirement attached. You don't need to have a class 4 driver's license or whatever the heck it is in your country. You just need to be able to drop those buses, and if you have the GBE to drop them, great. Like, people are winning with heavy choppas and tanks. Like, that is a combo I never would have dreamed of having out there. My base is doing good things, though. I will be skipping the building health on this account. I think we're going to throw a smoke in a second or two nope, didn't hit the shock mine. There's the shock mine we were talking about. Keeping all of our tanks moving. Is that overly cautious? Probably, but that is how I play tanks. As soon as you hit a shock mine, throw that smoke out there, saving one of our tanks. Hooray! We are going to pick up the win. It's going to be slow. Our opponent has already retreated, though, so thank you for that. Anyone who retreats gets a gold star from me. Instead of force quitting, it just means that I don't have to waste more of your time. Tank win against Gupik. Let's get back in there, get our proper troops out. I know that I am overdoing this, making it super, super careful that I double, triple check all my troops. And it's because I've been losing a ton where I go to drop heavies and there's tanks there, or I go to use cluster grenade and it's battle orders, or vice versa. You get the basic drift. I do recommend you try this troop combo. It is a lot of fun, but it does require things like a longer flare or level 2 smoke, or medkits would be great. And heavy choppas are coming. The number one reason I wanted to show this, though, is because it's fun. And that is important, I think. I get caught up in trying to win at Warships and doing this attack once every 8 hours bullcrap on Warships, and that part of the game drives me bonkers, like absolutely bonkers. The idea of this, it's too much strategy, if that makes any sense, and not enough fun. So that is primarily why I like this troop combo, because you can just have fun and crush bases and perfect your strategies and your perfect your attacks. Oh no! Which I get a lot of excitement out of, value out of. I don't know how to describe it. Someone out there can probably do it for me in the comments. Just know that it's good fun. That is important, number one. As all of our troops come rushing out, those heavies out front, as our laser rangers shoot in behind us, we get that next shock out, shocking that doom cannon and rocket launcher and mortar, getting that next set of critters out there to distract things like the doom cannon, and then the final shock, should be the final shock anyways, as we've got like 3 laser rangers left. Not perfect, doesn't have to be fully perfect, definitely does help the better your attacks go, though. My min level artillery definitely causing me some frustrations along the way, and I've definitely pulled out a win using Brick at the last possible second. Brick has a bunch of health, and her ability to stand out front has been great. I had one laser ranger tuck in behind her. Look how much health, never mind, as she dies. So that is going to be it, my friends. We are going to end this on an ugly win. I'm almost certain that we're going to pull out the win here, as our opponent just has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 single shot defenses that are going to crush all of their tanks. Doom cannon picking them off one by stinking one. Need that final rifleman to go away though, and now they're into things like boom mines and boom cannons and doom cannons. And I think we're going to pick up a win. It's not going to be a pretty win. I wish I could have shown you yesterday's attacks. Yesterday, I was cleaning every single base. I was picking up wins left, right, and center, but that doesn't always happen. So, yes, we've won. Our base did stand up for us a little bit, but more importantly, had some fun, tried out ridiculously overpowered attacks. There are other attacks out there, whether they be warriors or heavy Zuka, which I alluded to, or maybe you want to try Iron Will, but do know, as I've stressed before, number one important detail here is that heavy choppas are looming large. They are right there. They are it's about 110 to get to there, then 110 to get past into heavy choppas. You do want to have heavies, that way you can boost them in this node. Lots and lots of tech choices though. Rocket choppas, super fun as well. I have not used them, but do know if you decide to go rocket choppas, people are using heavy choppa with rocket choppas. Lots and lots to come this season. I am not going to claim these until I'm back in Diamond because that is vital for moving forwards at the fastest pace, claiming in as high a rank as you possibly can. Okay, that was a lot of cuts and ads and videos, so do go watch that. Get your plushie choice in. I am zmoT, code zmoT in that shop. Thanks for coming in, liking, sharing, subscribing. I'm zmoT. Thanks for coming in. Peace.